the field, and they are set to match up with the New York Giants. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And he will have a Giants 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Melvin Ingram, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense in this Week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, you know, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, now it slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Rolling to his right. Space to run past the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen down as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first round.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. I think you can make a fair case for Tyreek Hill being the most explosive player in the NFL when he gets his hands on the football, and that was Exhibit A.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Jones throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Jones. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And Rudolph has it left side. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And Gano's kick is right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A good gain on first. Has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Mahomes going to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, in Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the first round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the back.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in the field goal range now at the 27-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Looking for Shepard deep. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They run once more with McKinnon. He goes airborne.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. Again, he finds an opening. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And some room to run now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Handoff, it's McKinnon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive. I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Darrell Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw again. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here again is McKinnon. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. McKinnon. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Third and short, McKinnon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this... And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Toss play to McKinnon. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Now a give. This is McKinnon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Again, it's Williams. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. They'll try and sneak it here. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
Well, you just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those quarterbacks get low and slide in there and get it done.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they will take a knee here.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there, let's get in there.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. They're still going to go for it on 4th and goal even after the penalty. No sign of the field goal team. And they'll indeed take a knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it?
They've got his man complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
He's going to let it fly. And, oh, that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll look to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.